to his pastor, said, this is not normal. The pastor asked him, when you came back from work last night, did you eat anything? He said, no. Wow. I think God has sent his angels to feed you. That same day, the man was on the burial side of that man. The man died. When fire enters you, what was planted, what you ate, what was projected to cause affliction in your body, to cause sickness in the body, will be flushed out of your body. You can go to our church and ask of who they call Mabel. Sister Mabel came to me and told me, Daddy, I noticed a lump in my breast and it's very big. Daddy, I'm afraid to go to do scan or biopsy or mammogram so that they will not tell me it's cancer. Daddy, what do we do? I said, do you have water? She said, yes. Buy, bring. I prayed on the water. I told her to be drinking it. But this lady did not just drink it. She was pouring the water on the breast. She is a big woman in the airport. So she went to work. While she was discussing with her junior staffs, one of them screamed, look, 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 look. From her button, a mighty millipede was crawling out of her brassiere. Crawled out. She shouted, dropped, and mashed it. When she went to the bedroom to check, no more lump. No more lump. Lump had disappeared. Lump had disappeared. I'm telling you, today's program was, I'm sure if you went, there was a strange testimony today of somebody engaging the water of fire, and a dangerous demonic affliction was flushed out. When fire enters your body, anything that is a stranger, it is either it dies there or it is what? Flushed out of the body. Are you listening to what I'm saying? I round up with this. Because there's no time. Pastor, there was a sister that had headache. They carried her. The husband is a GO of a big ministry in Omagwa. Omagwa, where you have the airports. The man is a big man of God. His wife became sick. The man prayed, sowed seed, did everything in his capacity. But somehow, the woman was still not well. He took the wife to the clinic, private hospitals, after which they referred him to UPTH. He was handed over to a physician, an old man, very knowledgeable in his field, respected in UPTH. The man carried this woman and said, don't worry, my daughter, I will take care of you. For 6 months, there is no medication they did not give. After 6 months, the man sent for the pastor, the Jew. Can you see me in my office quickly? The man entered. He said, in all my years in the medical world, I have never seen headache. The woman cannot sleep. Headache brought insomnia. She cannot sleep. She could not even eat well. He said, I think this matter is no longer a medical problem. You are a pastor. It is either you pray or you look for other churches that has capacity to handle this matter. Please take your wife home. We cannot help her. And the man went to the ward. The wife was saying, honey, what is it? The man said, come, let's go. In the mind of this man, the man said, where do we go from here? I have done everything. Carried the innocent wife back to Omagwa. And then they were there thinking, where do we go? There are many polluted churches everywhere. Where do we go? Which church is God sending us? Which ministry is God sending us to? And they were asking that question. The woman managed and dozed off a little. And in a trance, she saw a man in white. The man pointed to a signboard. When she looked, they wrote Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministries. No explanation. She woke up from that trance. She said, I know where God wants us to go. She tapped the husband. The man said, what is it? I know where God wants us. The man said, where? Mountain of Fire. Yeah, the man said, I've heard of such ministry. a church that has integrity. We need to check it out. And so when they woke up, they asked questions. They said, there's one Arumola. Go there, they will be attended to. They picked a bus. They took the man didn't go with his private car. They had to use a public bus so that they can know how to wriggle their way. While they were passing through, the conductor shouted, "Oh, guy, say that mountain of fire they go." He said, "Yes, see here." They looked, it was mountain of fire. He grew tally. They said, "Okay, let's stop and find out more about what happens." They came. It was while I was going out of the church. I had finished what I was doing. They said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "What is it?" The man said, "My wife is not well, and God sent us to MFM. Please, what can God do? Please, what do we do?" God told us to come to MFM. I said, "Okay, I'm going somewhere, but if you can cross forward here, go and buy oil. Let me pray for you. Let me pray." The man actually said to himself, if this small place does not help them, they will go to the mother church. But the oil was consecrated, and the instruction was, take one shot of the oil morning, take another shot night, 2 times. Answer me, 2 times. That is what we call prophetic prescription. Because when the oil was lifted, it was olive oil. When fire entered it, it moved from chemistry to mystery. And you need mystery to attack mystery. The woman took the oil. They went back home, took the oil. Something told them there will be answer. Took the oil. The next day, that woman came out of the house and excreted a live snake. A live snake was excreted by this woman. When the snake fell, the snake began to breathe like a human being, like a man, and gave up the ghost. When this woman was in the clinic, the person funding money finished. Now landlord come dey sponsor them. The man that rented the church facility where the husband was using was the one sponsoring it. When the snake died, this woman got herself. Few minutes later, a call was entering the husband's line. What will happen? The landlord had just died.